If you haven't heard yet, we have a sale going on right now. We have 40% off all of our digital downloads and a brand new LUT pack. This one emulates the look of different film stocks from famous films. We have 29 LUTs in there in a variety of formats, including VLT, so you can load them right into your GH5 if you want. And as always, some must-have utility LUTs in this pack as well. So if you're looking for a new LUT pack or just filmmaker assets in general, now's the time to check out our store. Check the notes below for more info on that. And like last week, now to me wearing a different shirt because why not? Welcome to Film Riot. Once again, we're partnering with our friends at MZ to bring some excellent film educational goodness to you for free. And if you don't know, MZ is a provider of excellent online education with amazing instructors like Vincent LaForêt, who's a director and DP that has worked on all kinds of great commercials and short films. And today, we're going to be hearing him talk all about directing the motion in your scene. Ready, go.
The next thing we're going to look at, again, is foreground and background. How do you appreciate left to right motion? What type of geometry are you looking for in your frame? Horizontal? Close, but no cigar. The other one? Vertical. Look at these blue lines when you start this shot. You'll notice the amount of vertical lines in there. That's how you notice left to right movement. That's how you notice panning and sliding. See that? And now this character is going to motivate the start of the move. This guy is kind of countering a little bit. He's staying anchored. Now in comes this guy. Look at that nice blue vertical line so you can appreciate the move. This guy moves from right to left. Those guys counter it. And now comes our main purpose of the action here. They're going from right to left. These guys are sawing back and forth. The idea is if a character walks from right to left, they're going to motivate you to pan from right to left. Whereas if the actor walks in the opposite direction, they're even more blurry, it creates more eye candy. So you want a combination of those things in all of your scenes when you're trying to do these nice setups to make them very rich. You don't want everyone going in the same direction. You do want some actors motivating the camera to move, so it's not randomly panning, but you also want some counter motion. Let's look at this scene from Spielberg in E.T. We have a scene going on up in the house where E.T. is back to life. We've got some kids at the bottom of the hill that are held away by security. And Spielberg, his script doesn't say much. The characters are at the bottom of the hill and they say 3 lines. Let's watch it. But notice how he makes this entire transition very rich to go from the house to the kids. Notice that they're motivating the camera from the top of the hill to boom down and pan right. These 2 cops are going to peel off now. The camera stops panning. And here's the dialogue. All this is for this. The entire dialogue is, ooh, they're going to die. Shut up, Craig. Something's definitely going to happen. That's deep. There's nothing there. But Spielberg is adding these transitions that makes his film a blockbuster, that makes it more rich, that involves you. Let's watch this in slow motion. You can see the amount of things that he and the ADs are doing. First of all, they have this column of guys coming down that motivates the camera to boom down and pan right to left. Notice all the blue vertical lines. They're carrying these weird cones. The red is counter motion. The white, motivating motion. This guy is that nice vertical blue line to make us appreciate that move. The guy in green, his entire purpose in life is to do this little arc, just to energize the frame. That's what he got hired to do. These 2 guys are now going to peel off from this column, as does the camera. They're going to step into their car. We slow down, we start pushing in on our actors. See this little piece of business going on here with the actors. The extras are now on the top left, and then they go ahead and deliver their lines. Do you understand how much is going on in what would be a 1-sentence line on a script? We cut from house to the characters below. That's it. But look at the amount of work that the directors and first ADs are putting into this to make this an energized frame. Coverage principles. This is perhaps the single most important thing I can give you in terms of a formula that you should never divert from. The 3+3 I made up. It's just simple. We're going to talk about a moving master as well. Let's go into what 3+3 means. You've probably read in the book that for any given scene, you should shoot a wide shot, which will help you establish the geography. If I don't show you the room as a director, you as the audience have no idea where we all are in relationship to one another, right? I need to set the scene, set the stage for the viewers. If I choose not to do this, you're going to feel confused. I can use that in a horror film. But most of you don't shoot horror films. I don't know, but I assume. So you want to set the scene. Golden rule. 2, you go to your medium. Idea being, find the hero. Give me somewhere to look now. Lead me somewhere with your direction. And then 3, you're going to move in tight. Connect with the actor's eyes. This is the best direction you can give actors, is they have to connect with each other's eyes, and you need to connect with them as well as an audience. If I can't see your eyes, I'm not going to care about you. This is the simplest formula in the world. Wide, medium, tight, reverse. You can shoot any narrative scene, even non-narrative scenes, as long as you follow this formula. Why do I bother to point it out? Well, I read this 7 years ago in a book. I said, this is boring. I'm going to do it my way. I don't like following formulas. It bit me in the butt time and time again. You'd get back, you start the edit, editor looks at you and says, where's your reverse of this? Oh, I don't have it. You have a medium here and you have a tight on the reverse. I have a hard time cutting. Oh, I just thought we didn't need that. Just get this. Learn this formula, do it, and then break it. Do yourselves a favor. Any scene you cover, wide, medium, tight, reverse it. Worst case, you run out of time, do a wide and a medium, or a medium and a tight, so 2 + 2. But you'll always be able to cover any narrative scene. You think I'm lying? Try and look at this scene from Blade Runner. And now imagine you're shooting this, as Ridley Scott did, and you see how even here it's out of order for the most part, but it works. Same exact coverage principles. Give the material to the editor, let them construct it in a different way, but you must give them the pieces. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. So we're outside of the building, now we're back in the building. Over a general view, we boom down. Within the move. Notice he does not look at the character when he knocks. Comes down to sit down. Let's go back to our other view so you can see just how formulaic the rest of the scene is. Notice that the coverage principles apply. They are just edited in a different order. Lots of pickup shots, a lot of detail shots. You can always get those with the second unit generally. You don't do those first, leave those for the end. Don't waste your time. Get your actors done. Notice how we went to a tight right away. We go back to a wide in pickups. So it doesn't matter how you're going to edit it. You just do that you should cover it. People often ask me, well, if I know I'm never going to use this piece of dialogue in the middle, can I not shoot it? And my answer is, if it's like 15 minutes or 10 minutes, sure. But if it's like a minute or 2 extra, you're wasting all your time on setting up, on pre-lighting, on getting one blocked, on the focus marks. That extra 30 seconds to a minute doesn't cost you anything. It allows the actor to get their momentum, to follow their movements. Otherwise, you get lots of continuity errors where they're moving in different ways. But look at the formula. You see how visually, boom, boom, boom. And here as well. We're building a tension here as well. The more tension we have, the tighter we go. And vice versa. What I want you to notice is, don't fight the formula, it is there. And if worse comes to worse, no matter how rushed you are, as long as you know you get 2 pieces and 2 reverses, you can cut anything. Don't ever leave the set or an interview or whatever it is you're shooting without those 2 pieces. Let's talk about a moving master. A moving master is the idea of having this master that is in continuous motion that satisfies 2 things. Well, it's actually more than 2 things, but the main ones are that it's moving, but while it moves, it also picks up coverage. All right? What that means is you can always cut back to it at any point from your other coverage. Now, the general rules you have to follow is that it should get closer to people as they deliver dialogue, and then back off and become more lively. When there's no dialogue, there should be more movement. Whereas when there is dialogue, you should slow down and come closer to your characters. Make sense? Kind of follows the same principles we have. Watch this scene from Empire of the Sun. You see how we pushed in for him, into him for a cowboy on his dialogue delivery. Now we're back to a wide with the same move.
Don't speed up. Keep the rhythm.
Over the shoulder, down below, same angle, or same side, that is, sorry. So tilt up for our other character. Now our doctor's going to go from one side of the bed to the other after this shot. How do we establish that as a director? We cut back to our wide master. Here you go. Still rolling from the first take. And now we're going to have him move in over Christian Bale's shoulder into frame right there. Let's look at this from above again. I'm going to go ahead and do a big pan at the beginning of the shot over here. As we follow Christian Bale, establish the environment, and now we're going to push into him, to a cowboy, as he delivers his dialogue. He pulls away from the camera, so we get to a 4-shot. She's kind of dead, so I don't know if it's a 3-shot or a 4-shot. Go to that side of the bed, 2-shot over his shoulder. Second angle from that side. Little pan, tilt up, pan right, back to the original angle, and then back this previous angle here. Back to our moving wide master. It's momentarily paused. And back and back and back to the same cameras. Just finding a way to keep the cut alive, keep it energetic, keep it going. We're going to have 2 little pickup shots coming. Right over here. And over there, just to vary it a little bit. Back to our wide master. And again, we push in towards the end, right over here. So this is how Spielberg covers the scene. Okay? This is classic Spielberg, and a great way for you guys to consider in 4 setups. So you're 1, 2, 3, and then I'm putting together the 2 pickup shots. Cover your entire scene in a very dynamic way.
If you're a budding filmmaker, entrepreneur, innovator, domain.com is the place to go when you get that next idea. When you buy a domain name from domain.com, you're taking steps to create an identity and vision for your brand or idea. And the world's top 2 premier and most recognized domain name extensions are .com and .net, which means those are the ones that are going to help you build your brand and expand your presence online the best. Of course, they're hooking you up with 25% off when you use the coupon code FilmRiot at domain.com's checkout. When you get web hosting, domain names, and email, just use that coupon code. And when you think domain names, think domain.com.
Logo.
Thanks again to MZ for allowing us to keep bringing you guys this content for free. And just like the others that we've shown, this is just a small part of a full 6.5-hour course. And there's a lot more on MZ. So if you want the full class, you can either buy it on its own for $350 and then you'll own it and download it, or you can sign up for MZ's subscription service and stream the class and all the other amazing classes for only $300 a year. As their site says, it's 140 hours of education and over $3,600 in value. So check the notes below for that to get started. But that's it for today, and I'll see you next time when I don't know if the thermostat's broken or if the ghosts are angry.